guys, and welcome back. In today's Pick a Card Tarot reading, we are doing a future spouse reading. Today we're not looking exactly into your future spouse, we are looking into your in-laws, so the parents of your future spouse. So as much information as we can get. Who are they? What are they like? And more importantly, how do they see you? What do they think of you? Will you guys get along? All that fun stuff. So that's the topic. If you guys like this type of reading, like future spouse readings, I have made a lot of them on this channel. If this reading kind of vibes and you want to check those out, feel free. And I will be making more if you want to subscribe. But anyway, that's enough talking. Let's go ahead and get started. Today we have 3 groups to choose from. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. For group 1 today, we have a polished carnelian heart. For group 2, a natural clear quartz point. And for group 3, a polished lapis lazuli. So as always, take as much time as you need to decide which group or groups you feel most drawn to. And when you're ready, please go ahead and click the corresponding timestamp in the description box below this video, and I will see you in just a second in your reading. Hi, group 1, and welcome to your reading. You guys chose the carnelian heart today. So the topic for today's Pick a Card Tarot reading is a future spouse reading, but we're looking into the parents and family of your future spouse, so your in-laws. Let's just jump in and see what we have. So we will be looking into the mother and the father especially, and then we'll look at the family as a whole or any other relatives that want to come through that might make an impact. But firstly, I do have this feelings card to see kind of how the family generally feels about you. Okay, and so we have brave. I'm honestly getting kind of mixed feelings from this card. So, and we'll get more clarity later on. Firstly, it's giving proud. So I do feel like some family members are, at least one family member is proud to have you as a member of the family. I feel like this family member, like they're proud to be seen with you. They think you're a good addition. I'm almost getting something about intellectual. You could be physically strong as well. They might be proud of your career. They just think that you make a good addition to the family, both in terms of outward appearances, but also just in terms of getting along with you. I'm just feeling good vibes. Like you're the kind of family member, like it feels good to sit down and play a card game or a board game with you. Like they can have just fun family activities with you. Like this family member feels like you blend in really well. However, I'm getting some level of like at least one other family member feels some type of way, like a competitive way with you. I don't know if it's the mother and father necessarily. This could be any other extended family, in-law. We'll see what other cards come through, but I'm mostly feeling this warm, inclusive feeling, it's really nice. It feels like someone here, probably more than one person, just feels like you are just a good addition to the family. It's just so warm. It's so inclusive. They just like having you around. They're really comfortable with you. And I feel like it's mutual. You feel equally as comfortable around these people. So wonderful energy so far. I don't know if some of you really like to party or host parties or something like that. I don't know. They like that. They think you're good at hosting parties, or they like to host for you. Maybe it's mutual. But anyway, let's look into your mother-in-law. So to represent her, we have the raccoon. Okay. I'm honestly getting this card usually gives me a lot of negative vibes because it comes out in readings with dishonest people, but I'm not getting that at all here. I feel like your mother-in-law is really soft-spoken. I think she's kind of shy and cute. I feel like maybe she's just not very comfortable around a lot of other people. She might take a minute to warm up. I think, yeah, I feel like she's just kind of a small, unassuming woman that might be soft-spoken. So it might take a minute to get her to open up, but And if she seems a little quiet around you when she first meets you, it's not that she dislikes you, it's just kind of her personality. She just doesn't talk a lot or talk loudly. I feel like she likes to show her appreciation for people. Like her love language is through acts of service and giving. So I think she's going to try to do stuff for you, try to help you out. I have this feeling that she really wants to be motherly towards you as well. I do feel like over time you're going to actually develop a really strong relationship with her. I think you're going to become really close with her. To the point where she might even start siding with you instead of your future spouse uh, during minor arguments, things like that. Yeah, I think you're going to be really close with her. She also might wear glasses. I feel like she might be a little bit shorter than average. Doesn't have to be. It's just kind of a thing coming through. Let's see. And then this card represents how she sees you. So we have the storyteller. So I think, again, like I was saying, I think you're going to develop a really strong relationship with this woman. I feel like you're going to have a lot of long, deep conversations. Like she's going to become an actual friend of yours. This is so great. I love it. It's such a warm, comforting vibe. So if anyone's feeling threatened by you or uncomfortable around you, I don't think it's this woman. It's not your mother-in-law. There is something about hosting. I don't know if some of you host parties or just gatherings or something. You make it comfortable, you make it inviting, you make it great. She also appreciates like how you decorate things. If you're good at homemaking, decorating, things like that. She likes with the storyteller here. She likes hearing your story. She likes knowing about your life. And I do feel like maybe you're even going to share stuff with her that you don't even necessarily share with your future spouse. This is so great. If you like gardening, she likes that. I just feel like regardless, I feel like you guys are going to connect on at least some level of hobby or homemaking, something like that. It could be a career thing as well. I feel like she also likes how you dress. She really strongly approves of how you dress. Like she likes how you present yourself in the world. Okay, so now let's look into the father-in-law and see if this is as positive. So who is he? Okay, we have the tiger in reverse. You know, I'm also getting short. Regardless of the height of your future spouse, I feel like these your in-laws are going to be maybe shorter than your spouse. I mean, it doesn't have to be. I just feel like the shortness, I could also be picking up on the fact that they don't have an aggressive, commanding presence. I feel like these are just really down-to-earth people who don't like to stand out too much. They don't like to show off too much. They're just very real. And I also feel like very warm, open, loving people. I also feel like they're not loud and overly social either, but they're gonna love asking you questions about yourself. When they first meet you, they're gonna love you and they're going to want to learn as much about you as they can. I feel like they're just gonna ask you a lot of genuine questions when you first meet. I'm especially the father, since that's coming through right now. Like he's gonna be fascinated by you. I feel like especially fascinated by what you do for work, or what you studied in school, or if you are studying in school when this happens. Who is he? Who is he? I feel like he's also not a big talker. Kind of like the mother-in-law. He's a doer, right? I feel like they're both just doers. They prefer to do things and show love through doing things, acts of service. I do feel like this is someone who he's very mechanical, and very on top of things. He's very responsible. Like he's not the type of man that needs to be nagged to go fix the flat tire on the car or to go mow the lawn or whatever it is. He's just always on top of things. He's very responsible. I also feel like he's very methodical, very mechanical. He might be slightly balding, doesn't have to be. He might have facial hair and a beard as well. But yeah, I do feel like I feel like there's a traditional gender dynamic here uh, with your future in-laws here. Like, he takes on traditional masculine roles, she takes on traditional feminine roles. Like, she might have been just a mother and homemaker, and I feel like he might have supported the family. It doesn't have to be, but it just I'm kind of picking that up here. Okay, and in terms of how he sees you, we have the student. Okay, yeah, I was picking that up. I don't know if probably not most of you are students when you meet your in-laws here, but you could be. But he's gonna be. It's just he's gonna have a big fascination by what you do for work or what you study, or it just seems like maybe you engage him on some type of intellectual level. Like, he enjoys learning stuff from you. Like, he's just fascinated by something that you know, and he's gonna always ask questions about it. Um, and it could be more than one thing as well. I just feel like he's just fascinated with your knowledge. Maybe it's because it's so different from, the spheres wherein he spent his life. So you might be more educated, or you might just come from a totally different walk of life, and he just loves learning about that. Okay, group one, I just feel like I'm just getting such good vibes. Like, this is good vibes in-laws, and I love that this is the first group here. It's so warm, they're so inviting. I feel like you're just gonna feel so welcomed. And if you don't at first, just understand that these are kind of quiet people, and it has nothing to do with you when they come in. But okay, so I'm going to pull some more tarot now to get more of an overall in-law dynamic. So we could be picking up more than just your mother and father-in-law here, but let's see whatever wants to come through. So Spirit, can you tell us more about Group 1's future in-laws? Group 1's future in-laws, please. Okay, so we have the Six of Wands. I don't know if some of you are writers as well with that storyteller there. Okay, Six of Wands. Proud of you. Absolutely. They're proud of you. They're proud to have you as a member of the family. And we have Death. Could be a Scorpio involved here. I feel like they're gonna, especially if you want kids, especially they're gonna have like this thing or this joke that they're saying something like, oh, you're bringing the pretty genes into the family. Even if they're all attractive people, I just feel like they're gonna be like, they like the way you look, and they think you're gonna make beautiful kids, and you probably will have beautiful children. And I do feel like that's just something that they're gonna say. Like, they're gonna say stuff about how you have good genetics. Because I do kind of feel like they want grandchildren, whether you want them or not. Not that they're the type that are going to judge you or nag you to have them if you don't want them, because they don't feel like that type of people to me right now. Okay, so we have the Four of Cups. Again, there's something elegant or something appreciated about how you dress coming through again. Okay, we have the Lovers. Yeah, they're just going to approve of this relationship. They're even going to make jokes about how you're too good for their kid. And they're just jokes, though. I don't think they mean that, because I think they love your future spouse too. But it's just like, I don't know. It's just like this energy of you really are part of the family. You're good enough to be there. And it's just like, it's just jokes like, oh, Group 1 is too good for, our son or whatever. But they are jokes. Okay, if you do want kids and you're ever pregnant, like, I feel like you're going to feel so supported, especially by the mother-in-law and also the father-in-law. Like, they're just going to be there for you. They're going to offer to do stuff for you. They're going to watch the kids when they grow up. These are great, great in-laws. Oh my God, I'm just so happy for you, Group 1. But yeah, they'll be absolutely supportive during pregnancy. They'll love your kids. I feel like they're kind of just relaxed and chill. They're just not domineering. They're not controlling. They're not manipulative. They're just good people. I love it. I do feel like maybe there's this energy of jealousy coming from some other in-law. It could be, I don't know. It feels kind of like a jealous female energy. So it could be a sister-in-law. I mean, it could be a more distant in-law, like someone who's not actually related to them. It could be a sister, a cousin, something like that. I just feel like it's just someone who's going to be a little bit cold during family gatherings. I just don't feel like it's someone you're going to have to see a whole lot, who just doesn't like you for some reason, and it could be jealousy. It could just be her personality, I don't know. And I can't really get a clear read on who exactly that is. If some of you here don't have a parent, you're missing a parent, you lost a parent, you didn't grow up with parents, maybe some of you it's more extreme where you grew up in foster care, you didn't have birth parents at all. I feel like, and I know that's a really rare case here, but these people, I feel like they're almost like contracted to come into your life, if that's the case, to be the parents that you never got, that you always deserved. Or even if you grew up in maybe you grew up in a dysfunctional family where you did have parents, but they were, I don't know, maybe you grew up in a narcissistic family dynamic or an abusive one. There is this energy, and only if this applies to you, where you're finally getting the parents you deserve here. Like, that's kind of the energy here, and I feel like that's what the Death card is about. These people are going to transform your idea of what a healthy family is, because they are a healthy family. They are a loving family. Only if that resonates for you, of course. I know some of you also came from loving families, so if that doesn't apply, don't take that part. Just know that you're also going to be integrated into another loving family. Okay, Ace of Coins. I also feel like they're going to maybe leave you some kind of inheritance if they have any money. I'm not getting necessarily the feeling that these are super rich in-laws or anything, but I feel like you will be in their will when they do pass away. We have the Devil. So we have the Lovers and the Devil. Interesting. Spirit, can you clarify? Ten of Cups. Moon. So I don't know necessarily if these in-laws will get along with your extended family. That might be the kind of issue I'm picking up on here. If it's not like a jealous female family member, it might be there might be some type of tension between your birth family and these in-laws here, where there's just some kind of disagreement. They don't necessarily get along. Only take that if it resonates, of course. I do feel like these are in-laws that want grandchildren, though. And they are going to love your grandchildren when they have them. I also feel like they have pets. These are the type, I think they have dogs as well. It could be cats as well with the tiger here. Anything else you would like to say really quick here, Spirit, before we close this out? Is there anything else? Any final message? Okay, we have the Ace of Cups. Yep. Love, happiness, joy. These are going to be perfect in-laws. Even if there are extended family members you don't resonate with, you will resonate with your mother and father-in-law. And I cannot stress enough how wonderful this energy feels. Like, I want to stay here forever. But anyway, that's what I have for you, Group 1. I hope this resonated, and I'm so happy for you. If you liked this reading, please give this a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below, even if it's just to let me know which group you were in. That's always appreciated. If you're new here and you liked this reading and you like future spouse readings especially, please consider subscribing, because it's one of my favorite topics to do over here. I do a lot of other topics as well, and you can also check out my other future spouse readings. I've made quite a few of them. I've got a playlist, so if you're interested, feel free to check that out or consider doing so. But anyway, thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye. Hi, Group 2, and welcome to your reading. You guys chose the natural clear quartz point today. So the topic for today's Pick a Card Tarot reading is all about your future spouse's family, your in-laws, your future in-laws. So this is going to be a fun one. I loved group one so much. So I'm excited to start with yours. So we are going to look at the mother-in-law and the father-in-law separately, and then we will look into more of the overall in-law dynamic with some tarot in a minute here, but I do want to specifically focus on the parents since those tend to be the main relationships here. But firstly, I did pull a feelings card to kind of get the overall dynamic of the family relationship here. Okay, and we got frustrated. Okay. So there's some type of disagreements in this family dynamic here. And don't get too scared away by this immediately, because I'm not necessarily getting that it's directed at you. Okay. So there might be a split in this family, okay? We might be dealing with, like, for instance, we'll look into these two in a minute here, but your mother-in-law and father-in-law might be divorced here. Or I could be picking up on they have different opinions about you. It just feels like maybe there's frustration and animosity or splits within the family that have nothing to do with you, but you know, you're just kind of in the middle of it. And you know, it makes sense, right? A lot of families these days or couples are divorced. So I feel like there just might be some of that going on that kind of affects the dynamic, but we'll see. We'll see what the tarot has to say in a minute here. But first, let's take a look at the your individual dynamic with the mother and father-in-law. So the mother-in-law, let's see. So, okay. This represents your mother-in-law, her personality, and then we'll take a look at how she views you. Okay, so the bear reversed. I'm getting... This is a woman who's always on the move. She's always active. She's always doing something. I feel like she's very anti-laziness. She might be a little bit of an almond mom. Doesn't have to be, but I just feel like she's a high productivity. She might be a workaholic type. Like, an ideal Saturday for her isn't like sitting around or chilling and brunching. It's like, you know, working on some project, building something. Like I actually see her like physically constructing something like an extension to a room or building shelves in a closet or something like that. So I just feel like she's always physically active. She likes to be doing stuff. She likes to yeah, just always have projects and things going on. She likes to have a very full life. I do think she's kind of slender. I think she has long hair. I don't think... She's not a mean person. She's just an active person. But she does have kind of an aggressive personality. I don't know if it's aggressive towards other people. She's just very bold, very confident. But let's see. Let's see how she sees you. We have the warrior. Okay. So there's a respect here. She has a respect for you. If you're kind of, it depends on your personality, right? So if you're kind of resonating with how I just described her, you're very active, you like to have a full life, you're not, you know, really shy, you're not a homebody, I feel like you're going to really resonate with her. You're going to get along with her pretty well, just because I feel like you can think on the same wavelength as her. And I think she really appreciates that. If you're not like that personality, I don't think she has like an issue with you at all, but I just don't think you're necessarily going to get close or understand each other. But I do feel like regardless of your personality type, she does have a respect for you. I feel like she just generally has a respect for other women. Like, this isn't the type of woman that's going to just side with her son and be just because he's her son, like, if, or your future spouse, regardless of gender. Sorry, it is mostly men here, so that's what comes through. But this isn't someone who's going to side with your future spouse if you guys have a disagreement just because of that. She's going to weigh out both sides, and you know, if her child is in the wrong, she's not going to take sides. I feel like she's a very fair and balanced person, and she has respect for you. It's not like she doesn't want you to be part of her family. I feel like she likes you. I I don't feel like it's the closest relationship, but I don't know. It might be because of her. Maybe she doesn't develop really close relationships. She might be a surface level type of person that just has a lot of different relationships, a lot of network, a lot of connections, and you're kind of part of that. I'm just not feeling best friend vibes, but I'm not feeling negative vibes either. This came out in group 1 as well, but I feel like she's really going to appreciate your fashion sense or how you do your makeup. It's just something about your physical appearance, how you present yourself. I feel like you present yourself very well, and she really appreciates that. You just look good, and she thinks that. I'm also seeing something about some type of water sports like windsurfing, or I don't know if some of you boats or something like that. If that's a hobby of yours, I feel like that's something you might connect with her on, cause or she just might like that. But yeah, she might have curly hair as well. I do feel like she's lean. I feel like she's lean and maybe tall as well. But yeah, she's a very active person. Okay, so let's take a look at your father-in-law now. Okay, so we have the zebra. Okay, so the zebra is very sophisticated person, usually well-traveled, a little bit bold and quirky and creative. So your father-in-law might be a little bit like that. I feel like he's kind of intellectual. I feel like he has advanced degrees. So that could be, he could be a PhD in something, but I'm also picking up on just like some of those big traditional career paths that require large degrees, like a medical doctor, lawyer, something like that. I feel like he has some type of advanced degree and he's successful in his career. And again, for some reason, the zebra is giving divorce. So I do feel like this is a divorced couple. So your interactions with these two in-laws, and I'm sorry to say, I just don't feel like it's ever together. You might just have separate interactions with them. Separate get-togethers. You have to plan things separately. And that's just kind of how things are for a lot of people, unfortunately. But, and again, I think that's why the frustrated card is there. Maybe there's times where these two just really don't like each other and you feel very uncomfortable and in the middle of it, but I don't feel like they're ever unfairly like using you or anything like that. I think it's just a frustrating dynamic. Let's see how he sees you. So we have the Exorcist, which says freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses and fear of facing your own demons. I think your father-in-law appreciates how direct and blunt you can be, if that resonates with your personality. Also, if you have like long black hair, this is a confirmation that this is the right reading for you. I don't know if someone who needed to hear that, especially if it's long black straight hair. That might be how these in-laws look as well. But okay. Oh, especially, so I'm saying he likes, if you're direct and outspoken, if you're not a pushover, he likes that. I feel like because he's kind of intellectual, if you can meet him on that intellectual level, and talk to him about more intellectual things, or if you can challenge his beliefs in any way, I don't feel like he's not the type of person that like feels threatened by that and is gonna like attack you back. I feel like he generally appreciates a challenge, and maybe you are able to give him some sort of intellectual challenge and he really likes that. If that doesn't sound like you're not really intellectual or into debate or things like that, then I think it's just referring to like a decisiveness, like you know who you are and you're not a pushover. What I was saying before, you're not a pushover, you're not a doormat. But it's something about your confidence that he likes. I feel like it's when he first meets you, like there's a comparison he's doing between you and your future spouse's exes. And it's like an approval comparison. It's like, I don't know if your future spouse had weird, crazy, wild exes that were really big into partying or just irresponsible. I am getting something like about drug use. And he just like did not approve of some previous partner. And then like you come on the scene and he's like, okay, this is a good person. I approve now. But let's see here. You might come from a very different culture as well from your in-laws, or at least from the father-in-law. So he might be interested in that, or there just might be some, I don't know, cultural differences that need to be figured out here. Not that they cause any type of problem, but there might just be some, well, you know how it is. Like, just when two different cultures mix together, there can be some misunderstandings that happen, but I don't feel like it's ever anything serious here. Okay, but anyway, I'm going to pull some tarot to see the broader family dynamic, any other people that want to come through, and maybe further explanation of this frustrated card. But Spirit, can you tell us more about these in-laws, the future in-laws of group 2? Future in-laws. Okay, so we have the 10 of coins. So you will feel like part of the family. I do feel like Queen of Wands. I do feel like you are going to resonate with one side more than the other, and I can't really pick up which side that is. It might just depend on your personality, whichever of these two personalities you think you might get along best with. But I'm also feeling like with the 10 of coins and the Queen of Wands that just came out here, you might actually get along better with your future spouse's siblings and their families more than the parents directly. You might live in the same town as your future spouse's siblings. I feel like it almost looks like you guys live close enough where your kids, if you want kids and you have kids, like they can play with their cousins. Like I feel like a big warm kind of extended family vibe. So like if your in-law siblings, I feel like you're going to be closer to them and you're going to talk to them more. Your kids are going to have play dates, things like that, if you have kids, of course. Let's see here. There's something about being old-fashioned, an old-fashioned hairstyle, I want to say specifically. So I don't know if that's one of the in-laws here or they think there's something old-fashioned about you. It could be about values as well, since the cultural differences were coming through here. Like if you're not from a different culture or ethnicity or country or something like that, it could be a religious difference, especially with your father-in-law. And again, I don't think it's causing a ton of tension or problems. It's just a thing that's there that might just be a little awkward to navigate during Christmas dinners or something like that. King of Coins. I do feel like they're fairly successful, especially your father-in-law. Your mother-in-law probably too, since she kind of has that workaholic personality. I feel like they're at least upper middle class, it kind of seems. It doesn't have to be. Just take whatever resonates from what you know about your future spouse already. Let's see here. The Hanged Man. Yeah, I just feel like, like most families, there's issues. This is not a perfect family. There's division, there's divorce that happens. And I feel like sometimes you're going to feel like this hanged man stuck in the middle of it, but I don't feel like it mostly involves you. I don't see attacks coming towards you. It's just going to feel awkward sometimes just witnessing the dysfunction in this family. But, there's dysfunction in almost every family. And the fact that I don't feel any coming towards you, that's a really good sign. I feel like they're all like attractive, good-looking people. I feel like they're mostly, they're fit, active, on the go, hardworking type of people. I do not feel like just generally this family is homebodies. And if you are, I don't feel like they're going to hate you for being a homebody or anything. I don't even feel like they're going to judge you for it. It's just different, that's all. Okay, we have the 9 of Cups. Okay, so this is good vibes. I feel like most of the in-laws are going to be very comfortable with you. I feel like I'm almost getting like a sister-in-law or something like that that you're going to end up being really close with. Again, your future spouse's siblings. I feel like they're going to become friends. Like, I feel like you're going to just have get-togethers and barbecues with them, and it's just going to be good. It's just going to be a good extended family type of thing. So I would be super surprised if you didn't live in the same town or city as most of your in-laws, because it feels like you're going to be regularly around them. Let's see here. The father-in-law really might be a lawyer, attorney, or something like that. Maybe even a judge or prominent politician. For some of you, that's going to be really rare, so not for most of you. Okay, 8 of Swords. Yeah, it's just like there's some awkwardness, there's some anxiety around the internal family dynamics here, and I just feel like it's mostly between parents-in-law here. One of the siblings' families might get divorced at some point. Maybe your sister-in-law marries a creep or somebody, and you have to deal with that, but I do feel like you're going to be friends with her, so I don't know. It's just... It's good vibes with the siblings, I do want to say. But anyway, that's what I have for you, group 2. I hope this resonated. If you liked this reading, please give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, or even if you could just let me know which group you were in. That's always very appreciated. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, especially if you like future spouse readings. They're one of my favorite topics, so I will be doing more of them. So follow along for more if you are interested. And I've made a ton already, so I have a future spouse playlist if you want to go check this out, and if this kind of matched your vibe, feel free. But anyway, thank you all so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye. Hi, group 3, and welcome to your reading. You guys chose the lapis lazuli today. So the topic for today's reading is your future in-laws, the parents and family of your future spouse. What are they like? What do they think of you? All that good stuff. So we will be looking into specifically your mother-in-law and your father-in-law individually, and then we'll look at broader family dynamics with the tarot cards. So let's and then I pulled a feelings card to kind of get an overall energy of the family's energy vibe with you, your in-laws. So we got proud. Wonderful. I think that speaks for itself. They are proud of you. They're proud to have you in the family. And of course, families tend to have multiple personalities within them, so maybe not everybody's proud of you, but the overall feeling from your in-laws is they're proud. They're proud to have you as a member of the family. With the medal around the neck, though, it might be an external appearances type of proud. So I don't know if some of you are really successful or really beautiful, and they like how you make the family look externally. I'll see when I pull some more cards here, but I do feel like generally, they like having you as part of the family. But let's see here. Let's dive into your mother-in-law. So firstly, this card represents her, who she is, and we have the snake. Okay, so I do want to say this is a wise woman. I feel like she's seen a lot of life. She knows a lot of things. I feel like she's been through a lot. Okay, I feel like she kind of this is someone who even had a bit of a dark past or a traumatic past. She has just been through a lot of different life lessons. This is an old soul. This is somebody who you can and probably will rely on for advice and mentorship. I do feel like you will have that kind of relationship. But she's very knowledgeable as well. I feel like you're going to have a lot of respect for her, actually. Especially the more you get to know her. I feel like you won't know a lot of this about her when you first meet her, but I do feel like there's going to be some level of opening up as time goes on. And you will see how dynamic and complex she is, especially when you have some time alone with her and you will have some deep discussions with her and realize how fascinating of a person she is. I feel like you are going to be surprised by how much she's done and how much she's been through in her life, because I feel like she doesn't look like that on the surface. And maybe you kind of resonate with that as well, and maybe you will end up getting along with her. But let me see. This card represents how she views you. So she could be an earth sign, with that being the snake as well. So we have the Rebel. Okay. Okay, so if that personality type was resonating with you, I feel like you're really going to get along with her. You're going to have a good connection with her, especially if you've been through a lot of stuff. Regardless, I feel like even if you don't feel this way mutually with her, she sees something in you that reminds her of you, that reminds her of herself. So she sees some similar personality traits, especially from when she was your age. So I feel like she kind of feels like she resonates with you. She gets you on a certain level. Even if you don't seem to, with the Rebel here, you might not look like you belong with the rest of the family, even though they're proud to have you, obviously. But the parts of you that are different, that maybe where you don't feel like you fit in or belong with these in-laws, she actually appreciates those. And you'll be surprised how similar her personality is to your own the more you get to know her. I just feel like she does not wear this stuff on her sleeve. So it might take a little bit before you get to know this stuff. But I feel like you will. You will understand her a lot. But in terms of how she sees you, she might not share all of your beliefs on things, political beliefs, religious beliefs, things like that. But she'll respect your opinions and your ideas. And she'll listen, even if you guys don't always agree. Like she's like I'm saying, she's wise. She's very open-minded. Like even if you don't necessarily agree on a certain topic or something, she doesn't like hold it against you. She's very open-minded. She can understand multiple different perspectives. She's very intelligent as well. It's more than just wisdom. She's very, very smart. Very, yeah. She's a good problem solver too. Like if you ever need someone there to help you solve a problem, she will like have all the solutions immediately. I also feel like she has a good network of people or friends or something like that that is also beneficial that she's connected to. She is surprisingly social, but not bubbly outwardly social. She just has a lot of deep connections with a lot of random people. Like she's the friend for a lot of people that people call in a crisis. Like, so she knows a lot of other people's dark secrets. She holds a lot of secrets for other people. And she's helped a lot of people during a lot of difficult times. And she doesn't talk about those things. But people know that she's that type of person that will be there when someone genuinely needs help. Like, for instance, if they need to escape from an abusive relationship or they're having some other type of similar difficulty, she will be the one that's there to help them, not take any credit, and just be silent about it. She's just there. She's just a good person. But I do feel like there is something about her external demeanor that just seems kind of cold. I don't feel like she's very outwardly warm. And maybe that's why all of this will surprise you as you learn it down the road. But okay. Yeah, so let's take a look at your father-in-law now. So for his personality, we have the beaver in reverse. Okay, this is not going to resonate for everybody here, but for some of you, this father-in-law is not in the picture. Either maybe he was an absentee father and he just wasn't there to even raise your future spouse, or maybe he passed away by the time you get married. It just seems like maybe your father-in-law is not in the picture, okay? And if he is in the picture, because that's not for everybody, take what you feel resonates with your intuition and what you know about your future spouse's background. But let's see here. I feel like if he is in the picture, this is somebody who I feel like it works in a trade, like a physical laboring trade, whether that's construction or it could be something more like an electrician, something like that. I feel like it's someone who works with their hands. For some reason, I'm not getting a strong energy off that, and I think probably because he's not actually in the picture for some of you. I feel like he has maybe dark curly hair. He might, with a beaver in reverse here, this is like building a dam and then like abandoning it before it's done or before it's incomplete. So this might be someone who has a lot of incompletion in their life. Like I said, he might just not have been there. He might have been like a flaky kind of father or something like that. Otherwise, I just don't think he just doesn't connect with other people well, or maybe he just doesn't connect with you. It might just be you guys are two different personalities, so you don't end up with a strong relationship with him if he is in the picture. At least not as strong as with the mother-in-law. But let's see, how does he view you? We have the detective. I don't... You might have some energy of not trusting him for some reason. And maybe that's why he doesn't talk to you very much. I don't know. It's like for some reason you don't trust him. And maybe it's because your future spouse has some type of relationship issue with him. Something like that. Maybe you know he's cheated in the past, or you just, for some reason, you don't trust him. And, you know, if that happens to be the case, then trust your intuition, right? There's just something weird about this dynamic. I don't know exactly what it is. You might just not communicate with him very much. I mean, that could be the gist of it for some of you, is you guys just do not, you're two different personalities. But yeah, it's either too different or he's just not there at all. So there's not enough information coming through here. But let's see. So now I'm going to pull some tarot to get the broader family dynamic here. Maybe clarify this proud card. Any other in-laws besides the mother and father-in-law that want to come through. So Spirit, can you tell us more about Group 3's future in-laws? More about Group 3's future in-laws. He might not trust you either. I don't know. It's just weird. I'm going to stop trying to figure that out. So we have the Emperor. It seems like if he is in the picture, he's like always running away. Like he's trying not to be in the same room as you for some reason. Like, look at this Emperor card, because the Emperor represents a father again. And so this dude's like handing the Emperor a scroll here, and he doesn't want to see the scroll. So it's like you know something about him, and he doesn't want to be confronted with it. It's weird. I don't know what that's about. I'm also getting something about angelic protection. I have no idea why angelic protection would be coming through in this reading, but Jupiter, the planet Jupiter as well. Let's see, I guess both of these are coming out. So we have the Two of Cups and the Page of Cups. So, okay, you're going to have at least one of your in-laws. You're going to have a good relationship with them. A good friendship. Really good connection with. And I do feel like for a lot of you, it's going to be your mother-in-law. Also, like, your nieces and nephews. Whether you have kids or not, I feel like your nieces and nephews are really going to like you. Maybe if you do have kids, you're the one that hosts all the kids and the play dates a lot. I feel like you're going to be the cool aunt or the cool uncle. But yeah, the kids are going to like you. You're a big hit with all the kids in this family. Maybe you throw all the good birthday parties. Maybe you have all the best snacks. I don't know. Ace of Cups. So that's a lot of cups here. Wonderful. So I do feel like your interactions overall with this family, they're going to like you. They're going to be happy. I feel like I see them engaging in a lot of different activities with you. I feel like you're going to be very included. I feel like it's kind of a busy family. Let's see. More about their in-laws, please, Spirit. Anything else? I feel like you will travel with your in-laws sometimes. You will be engaging in activities. I'm also seeing like sports, so some type of physical activities they might like to play. I don't know if this family likes to, I don't know whether it's cornhole at a barbecue or if they're playing baseball together or if they're just going on hikes together. I feel like there's just a lot of physical activities that these in-laws like to engage in. Like it's just part of their family culture. We have justice. And we have the Four of Wands. So yeah, you're going to be absolutely included. You're going to be part of the family. Sometimes it's going to be part of the family dramas because, you know, no family's perfect. Sometimes there's drama and conflicts and, you know, that'll be part of your life. You are fully integrated into this family, good and bad. And it's mostly good, right? Look at all the cups we have. They're proud to have you in the family. They think you're a great addition. I feel like all of your future spouse's siblings like you, or even just one, because I'm only picking up on like one sibling. Might be two. The kids love you. Um, Also, houses, they're gonna think you have a very nice house, like you keep your house very nice, or I even feel like one of the siblings or somehow the extended family member is gonna be jealous of your house for some reason, like because it's really nice or it's really big or something like that. But yeah, I mostly just keep seeing that the kids love you. So I hope you like kids because it seems like if you don't now, you might in the future. Um, yeah. Let's see here. Also, family traveling is like a big thing. You guys must go on a lot of vacations around the world or something. It's kind of fun, right? This seems like a fun family if I'm going to describe them in any type of way. They're fun and loving. You know, they have their problems, but for the most part, it's all good. That's what I have for you anyway, group 3. So if you liked this reading, please consider giving it a thumbs up and letting me know what you thought in the comments below, even if it's just to let me know which group you were in. That's always very appreciated. If you like future spouse readings, they're like one of my favorite reading types to do. I think they're so cute. So consider subscribing if you want some more, and I've already made quite a few if you want to check out my playlist. Uh, but yeah, anyway, that's what I have for you. So thank you all so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.